Wibbly wobbly. Howdy, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Jessica in Progress. My name is Jessica, and today we are in progress of wrapping up last year and starting our new year. I started off the year of 2023 really only wanting to read more. There was no general goal. At most, I had the Storygraph goal of reading 52 pages a year, which would be the average of one a week. I accomplished that. I read 68 books, which is amazing, and I think I can do even more this year with other goals set up. I'm worried that the mic picks them up more, so honestly, if you hear the dogs in the background, ignore them, because otherwise I can't get anything done. According to Storygraph, my most read was fantasy, with my second read being romance, and tied for third is YA, which is technically an age group and not a genre, and contemporary. After that, you can see all the rest in the graph here. I mostly read physical books. I am a physical book reader. I read a bit of digital. I tried really hard. And then I read some audio. Not a lot though, obviously. So one of my goals for the first quarter is for more audio books. Of my reading, my best month was May with 9 books read, and my worst month was February with 1 book read, which is also the month that we got Sten. I'm not saying he's the reason why I only read 1 book, but puppies do be puppies, you know what I mean. Anyway, other than that, of the 50 reviews that I put on Storygraph, I don't know why it's only 50. I'm just not good at reviewing books, or wasn't good at reviewing good books at the start. You know, I think I was pretty good at least logging that I read books, so I think 68 is right. But as for like the ratings of them, and even looking at the days of which I read them, if you were to stalk my Storygraph, I could not tell you that all of those are 100%. I did read them though. Those are completed books, of course. This doesn't count any DNFs, which there was, I want to say about 10 of them this year. So, of the books that I finished and rated on Storygraph, my average was a 3.98 with a good amount of 5-star books. Now, I was very lenient on my books this year. I just wanted to go back into the joy of reading, and if it made me have fun and feel things, it got 5 stars for the most part, unless some glaring things stuck out to me. And even then, I think I still rated some of them 5 stars, even if there was a glaring problem. Doesn't matter. I had fun this year, okay? So the real problem is the book buying. So I'm currently standing in front of 2 shelves of books that I physically bought this year. Okay, that is a total of 69 books that I physically picked out and bought, which is still kind of a lie because this shelf right here was for a book club and I didn't pick any of these books. And I think looking at them, I probably only would have actually picked up 2 of them on my own this year. But, you know, physically I bought personally 69 books. That's not counting the 33 books that I received in a book box this year. And that's also not counting the 27 books that I received or bought Christmas and after, because those don't count. If we are counting only the books that I physically bought, the 69, and the 33 that I received in book boxes this year, that is a total of 102 boxes. That is a total of 102 books. If we're counting the 27 that I received Christmas and later, then that is a total of 120, and that is a total of 129 books that came into my shelves, into my house this year. Now, those are not the only books that I bought this year. Of course, I probably also bought digital books, but I didn't track them, and I'm not going through my order history to find them. And I don't think I ordered any audiobooks this year either. So I'm a physical reader. It is what it is. Other new things that came into my house book-wise, not counting all of the trinkets in the book boxes themselves, are these 3 shelves here. These are new to my library. I got them just before starting my YouTube. The original plan for my YouTube was to start with me building and organizing these bookcases and introducing myself, and I didn't fucking do that. So, but of all of these books, how many have I read? I'm gonna flip them all down, the ones that I have read. There. The flipped down books are the books that I have read and or attempted to read. If you see, we're a little lopsided, and that's just because how my bookcases were organized to begin with. This was always kind of like my to be read thing, and I tried to keep one of these ones always clear for other things and showcases. And then I moved my first in series shelf up here because I totally planned on starting series this year. Did not do it, but I plan on doing it this year, so we'll do that. This gives me, of these 68 books that I physically bought, I read or attempted to read 33 of them. Not bad. And then, of the books that I received in book boxes, I read or attempted to read this many, which I think was 22. It was 22 books. This, of course, includes doubles, like After the Forest by Kel Woods, Starling House by Alex E. Harrow, and books that I read previously on Kindle Unlimited, Serpents of the Wings of Night. All of you go back up. Go back to being pretty. And I am also currently reading The Unmaking of June Farrow, which I also bought physically before I received the book, so that's the copy that I'm currently reading. Let me put all of these back up. So, of the books that came into my house last year that I am counting, because 27 of them don't count, but my husband says that they do, you know. Math is different depending on what you do. Anyway, of the 102 books that I brought into my house, I read or attempted to read a total of 55 of them, which is pretty good, honestly. Like, that's more than half. Can everyone say that? Maybe. Should I use a library? Maybe. Also, some of these books are for projects that I am planning in the upcoming quarter of the year. These books. These ones right here. These ones specifically. Okay? I'm also, you know, like I said, in the middle of reading The Unmaking of June Farrow. And I'm also in the middle of reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. But this one is more of a tandem read, mostly an audio read, because of one of my other goals for this year. And that's my justification for like all these books. I'm doing pretty good. I am on a book buying ban, at least for the first quarter of the year. That, of course, does not include books for my book club, because in order to go there, it's an indie bookstore. I buy the book and I get into the club. And that also does not include books from book boxes. Currently, I have a subscription to Owl Crate, young adult and adult, and a subscription to Illumicrate. And I did start Book of the Month in December, and I started with my sister too, so I got the pins for referring her. My goals ultimately for year long, okay? We're gonna go for a year long, base goals, no like deep diving into it. My goals are based and reachable goal of reading 70 books this year. The stretch goal is 10 books a month. That is not always going to be obtainable. That's why it's a stretch goal, and why I'm not planning to read 120 books for the year, because that's how math works. No, I'm only planning on reading 70, but I want to stretch and reach for 10 a month. Other goals this year is, I'm already failing at it, obviously, is to post one actual video on my YouTube a month. One actual video on my YouTube channel a week, and I don't want to include book box unboxings in that number unless I actually have to, because I don't want to be only an unboxing channel, even though book box unboxings are kind of the easiest ones to immediately film, immediately edit, and immediately post. But I do want to start actually doing like book deep dives and book synopsises and like book rants and do that. And I also, I'm not going into anything for the thing. Also, one other thing is to start more series. I want to start more series. All you other YouTubers out there, you want to finish more series. I want to start more. I haven't read a series, it seems, in a while. Now, granted, some of the books that I read this year were probably start of series, but because they were the start of the series that came out this year, they don't technically count because I am caught up. I want to start and finish more series. I need to catch up on the years that I dragged myself through college and didn't read a thing because I'm not good at coping mechanisms, and if I can't write my essay, I can't read. You know what I mean? So let's go chill on the couch while I talk to you about my thanks, Cara. Let's chill on the couch with the dogs, and I will tell you about my first quarter goals, because I can't plan my life for an entire year. I'm not good at that. Yes, hi, Cara. So I'm only planning for the first quarter, okay? We're gonna embody chaos energy for this, so I understand if dogs being noisy in the background is too much for you and you click off now, but these are my January plans. So they're just stealing each other's bones back and forth. So these are my January plans, okay? January. These are the first quarter of 2024 plans, okay? January is catch up, okay? So we're supposed to catch up on a lot of things, which is like catching up on videos that I should have put out a while ago, which includes November unboxing, December unboxing, as well as best of, worst of, DNFs, all of the other end of year content that I didn't do, as well as maybe, hopefully, finally getting out my hi, I'm new to BookTube, newbie tag, blah, 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 blah video. Can you say that I'm still new to YouTube when I published in May? Probably. I'm not very good at it. Otherwise, one thing that we are going to catch up is I'm going to do a project. It might be 1 week, it might be 2 weeks, I don't know. But I want to do new to me authors, and these are going to be authors that are probably not new to you. So here are some options for that. See, I told you that the books that I bought were part of projects. Oh my God. So here's some options that I have for, can you stop falling? So here's some options that I have for new to me authors that I could potentially read in January. Okay, now this is going to be a quarter-long series that adapts as the months goes on. So in February, we're going to do a project of Second Try. So these are a bunch of authors that I have already read once, and well, not this one, because this is Ali Hazelwood is set. Like, I'm going to read her first, second, and third. So we're going to have Second Tries. And I think this is going to be a two-thing project for February. We're going to have Second Chance Romance, where I loved the first book and loved the second book, maybe, hopefully. Did you steal? Okay. I thought she stole his bone again. So we can have what these books hopefully represent for the most part. Again, I don't know about this one. Is Second Date. So this is going to be all of the authors that I've already read once, that I liked, that I want to read again. And then we also have a project for Second Chance Romance, which is authors that I hated and I'm giving a second chance. I either am getting those through the library or KU or have them digitally because I don't want them on my shelves. One of them, for your information, is The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner, because I absolutely hated The Lost Apothecary. So sneak peek for that. And then March is Third Time's the Charm. Now again, Ali Hazelwood will be featured again in that one. But of the books that I currently have, we got these two, which are options, Grady Hendrix and Emily Henry, as well as a couple others that I could scatter throughout. I just need to find them first. So that's pretty much my ultimate plan for the quarter when it comes to videos. Other plans that I have is each quarter I want to read one nonfiction book because I didn't read any last year. What? And then I also want to read one classic a quarter because I want to catch up on my classics. Now, I'm doing those one a quarter because then I can kind of pace myself with them and not burn out and not be like, oh my God, I have to read all of these books in a month, because I don't want to overwhelm my TBR, especially since I do like reading the book box books the moment we get them. Even if I'm a little behind and need to catch up, don't at me. I like reading those the moment I get them so I could also give reviews of the books in time of the box coming out, as well as the 1 or 2 books that I have to read, not have to read, but want to read for my indie book club. Other things that I hope to get done once a quarter would be like a full recap of a book. Think Kari Can Read or Mike's Mike or anything like that, where I'm just like, here's the whole plot of one book in a series. I hope that will help me. I don't know if I want to do all of the series that I read or if I just want to do one book at a time. There is one series that I already really want to do this for. Other things that I want to do is maybe like edit a book a quarter. That would be fun, because one thing that I want to do with Fourth Wing is the people that I trust in reviews don't like the book. So I want to go in with it with a red pen, essentially, and just be like, here is how an editor might look at this book. And I want to do that kind of like once a quarter. So like fixed book projects. One other thing that I want to do is book and bake. Now these will just come as they happen because not every book actually features food in it. So yeah. Those are basically my plans for the quarter / plans for the year a little bit. So a recap just for me, for my sanity, is I want to read more books. The goal is 70 this year. The stretch goal is 10 a month. I want to plan each quarter out as we go. That way I'm not stressed and crazy. I want to read one nonfiction book a quarter, one classic a quarter. And I also want to start series. And then I'm also doing monthly challenges. So one thing that I'm doing right now is January, the monthly challenge is I am reading at least 1 hour of audiobook a day with a stretch goal of 2. I work really well with stretch goals, which is why I have stretch goals for every goal that I do. And then in February, I'm going to do the same thing with digital books. And then I don't know what I'm doing for March yet, monthly challenge wise, but I have my January and my February planned out. Am I doing them amazingly? No, my January challenge started on January 7th. I don't care. Did it start on January? No, it started on January 10th. Let's be honest. My January challenge started on January 10th. It's already been a new year. So yeah. What are your reading goals this year, and what authors would you like me to try out? I think that's pretty much it. Anyway, my name's been Jessica, that's Stin, that's Cara, and remember, we are all in progress. Have a happy new year. Goodbye. Anything you have to say, Cara? Do you have any goals this year? Okay, how about you, Stin? Do you have any goals this year? More food? Got it, okay.